I'm gonna let you in on all the tips and tricks I know to make the best cookies for Christmas or any time of year. I'm gonna highlight all these tips as I show you how to make the best chocolate chip cookies ever. And be sure and stick around to the end and I'll show you how to pack those up to ship to your loved ones. The first tip is to measure your ingredients properly. Things like flour need to be spooned into a measuring cup or weighed on a scale. And be sure and read the recipe first so your ingredients are prepped properly. For instance, everything needs to be at room temperature when you're making the best cookies. Speaking of ingredients, here's something I bet you don't know. Salt is the secret ingredient to the best cookies ever. There's something about that saltiness that brings out the perfect amount of sweetness. The recipe I'm using has 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. Might sound like a lot, but it's perfect. Now let's get into mixing. You always want to start by mixing your dry ingredients separate from your wet ingredients. I always like to do the dry ingredients first and set them aside. Most recipes call for you to cream the butter and sugar. This process takes way longer than you probably have ever done. I'm talking about 5 minutes you're gonna let that go in the mixer, which brings me to my next tip. Use a stand mixer if you have it. Your arm is going to be killing by the end of this process. And remember when I said you need to have your ingredients at room temperature? Room temperature means soft but not melted. It can be very tricky if you try to soften your butter in the microwave. The best thing to do is to set it out on the counter for a while. Brown sugar and white sugar combined make the best chocolate chip cookie. Most people stop here, but I'm telling you, you're about halfway through. Now it's time to mix in the eggs. Again, you're going to mix them longer than you would think. It's also important to add your eggs one at a time. The longer you mix them, the more of a chewy cookie you're going to get. Now, if you like a brittle, crisp cookie, you can cut this mix time down. And your final wet ingredient is the flavoring. So vanilla is classic, but this is a great time to play around with other flavors. We've spent a lot of time blending the wet ingredients. Now it's time to add the dry ingredients, and this is when you don't want to overbeat it. So we're going to beat this after we add the dry ingredients just until it comes together. That whole process only takes about 10 to 15 seconds. The final step to mixing is to stir in your chocolate chips or whatever other stir-ins you want. And this you need to do by hand. My next tip is to chill your dough. Yes, I know we worked so hard to keep everything at room temperature so that it all mixes well, but we want to chill it before we bake it so that it doesn't spread all the way out during baking. You could chill the dough just like this, but I think it's easier to go ahead and scoop out your portions and chill the whole pan and then throw the pan in the oven. Another tool I love for cookie making, and it's worth the investment, is a small ice cream scoop. This gets you even cookies, and it's also just easier to scoop up and place on the pan. Now they are going to spread some, and we want that, so give yourself plenty of room in between cookies, at least a couple inches. I love using a standard baking sheet, just like this one, and I like to use parchment paper. The parchment paper gives you extra insurance so the cookies don't burn because it's a little barrier between the pan and the cookie itself. It also makes for super easy cleanup. And remember, you don't need to grease your pan when you make cookies because there's so much butter in the cookie dough itself, they won't stick. Now let's talk baking. What I like to do for that gooey, chewy center and crisp around the edges is to cook them at a higher temperature for a shorter amount of time. Now this might seem scary, but we're gonna bake these cookies at 425 for about 8 minutes. See what I'm saying? You'll be able to tell that around the edges it's going to be slightly crisp, but that inside is still going to be chewy and a little bit gooey. To help them bake evenly, you notice I rotated the pan halfway through cooking. Resist the urge to try to take them off the pan right when they come out of the oven. You'll want to let them cool on the baking sheet for about 3 to 5 minutes before you try to remove them to a cooling rack. But you do want to use a cooling rack so they don't overcook while they sit here. Perfectly crisp on the outside, gooey in the middle. How do you like your chocolate chip cookies? Chewy? Or are you one of those heathens that like them crunchy? Let's not forget about those favorite rolled and cut out Christmas cookies. Here's a tip for getting those sugar cookies to hold their shape when they're baked. We'll still want to chill them, but it's hard to transfer them after they've been cut to the pan. So if you roll and cut them right on the parchment paper, you can directly transfer that to the cookie sheet. See how easy that is? And then you're not handling them so much that they lose their shape. When it comes to decorating your cookies, you can go as intricate or as easy as you want. For me, I always take the easy way out. We do have a great recipe for royal icing that we will link in the description below. You can color it all different colors and decorate away. When you decorate, treat it like a gingerbread house. Use some icing and then decorate with candies and sprinkles. You can also use sprinkles to cover up your icing mistakes. The moral of the story is have fun. You don't have to be a professional decorator to make cute treats. Let's talk about shipping these cookies to the ones you love. If you did indeed bake these strictly to send them to your loved ones, a good idea is to put on some gloves from the moment they go in the oven. Next, we want to surround the cookies with enough cushion so they don't break. You can find some inexpensive craft boxes or the old school tins or just a simple Tupperware container. A rule of thumb here is to pack like cookies together. For example, if you have a chewy cookie, you don't want to put it with the crisp cookies because the dryness from those will absorb some of the moisture from your chewy cookie. Next, layer the cookies between sheets of wax paper or parchment paper. Also be mindful of how long these are going to take to get to the person. No one wants any moldy cookies. You definitely want to surround this precious gift with plenty of bubble wrap. So whatever you're going to ship them in, fill it with bubble wrap so they don't break during all the tossing and turning. We've got a lot more holiday cooking tips and events coming up. So if you liked this video or learned something new, hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you keep up with all things Allrecipes. Merry Christmas. There are people cringing at the way I'm doing this.